half light, half dark. Um, the testimony of Barbara Kaminsky is true because you could have a lying family against a healing, or like, anyone could say, well, people made it up. But her doctors did not make it up. That her illness got worse and worse. But I really don't understand God and all of the torture and the suffering on this planet. Why he even has to have a planet at all. Okay, so let's just say he's one of the aliens. I mean, we really don't know where God came from. So, and he's a good one. And no one else is. So, I mean, this is my theory. Because there is, the Adam and Eve story just doesn't pass. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, for one, Cain went out. We don't know anything, but okay, there's a man and a woman. Cain goes out. There's only supposed to be 2 people on the planet. Where did Cain go and find his wife? So that's total proof that, there's other people on the planet. Whether, whatever religious argument that they want to come up with. Okay, so God's a good alien. However, we don't know how the beginning came about. So you just thought, well, maybe if I make people out of mud, maybe one of them, maybe a few of them will be good. And the rest that are not born again in righteousness, meaning like you're not going to be fooled by Earth's insanity. And the whole Earth is insane, basically. It's just totally wrong. So I'm just totally confused, but all I know is, yeah, there is a real God, and Jesus' blood, the demons shudder at the name of Jesus, and that's all the proof you need. That's all the proof you need. Is there demons? Yeah. Demons enter backs. And I had an experience with one, and I praised Jesus, and he went away. And that's all the proof that I need. Now I can go and see Billy Carson's, Why would I want to go through any of, the emerald tablets? Or whatever, extremely old age, which they call new age. Why would they call it the new age? It's extremely old age. The age of Aquarius is, obviously it's death. Atlantis died. A guy that remembered all of his past lives, one of them was Atlantis. It's the truth. The only significant thing about the video is him at the beginning saying God is in 3D. What does that mean? Now I saw this other video saying, well, why can't we see aliens, a girl? Just a recent one. Why would you want to see an alien? And unfortunately, when you do psychedelic drugs, okay, you can see the Nephilims, the Watchers. Well, some people that do the drugs, yeah. People are all different, so some people have said when they do psychedelic drugs, they see the giants watching them. Well, I live in a nosy little town where people watch you all the time anyway. And it's a ghost town. It's usually empty. but people watch you. People are insane. Why? For what? What do they get out of it? I mean, just because their life's that bad, but I just don't like this sad area, and all I did was try to survive, and that's all I do. I don't understand people who don't even bother, like churches, don't even bother with a victim story, and I had to go back to my old church that I brought my 3 and my 5-year-old to. My oldest, he was 5 when I took him there, he wouldn't even go to it because, they do things that are wrong, and he's not allowed to have a say in the church. It's just all about them, and you can't question. That's why you go to a Bible study. But I mean, I would say the majority of the Bible study is correct. We just didn't. One major thing that's wrong is I'm not worthy. So that's the what the Vatican did. 325 AD. I'm not worthy to know anything. You should know, but it's too insane to know everything. Because people do evil things. It's not. I mean, basically, your best friend becomes your worst enemy because they know all about you. So, hey, have acquaintances. Because they don't know all about you, and that's the magic of a good relationship. And all of my death relationships, all of the people knew everything about me. Like, pretend a lot narcissist. I mean, that he was the worst, and he'll never ever stop saying that I didn't rape Alex. He's completely, totally insane. It doesn't even matter if Alex goes and says, I know that my mom didn't do anything to me, like you say that she did. Well, and then pretend a lot narcissist. Then he said, well, how would he know? He's only that age. And also, pretend a lot narcissist story screams a lot. Where did you, why, let's get down to the nitty gritty about that story. Why would it have come about? Fuck it, I'll just say it. My Uncle Jim got out his junk next to my sister's privates when she was a baby, and that's why I was falsely accused. There you go. The black sheep of the family, no one's allowed to know about all the child molesters, who cares? How many uncles? My older brother said that. How many uncles? They're all child molesters. He actually said that. What about when we went out, when we were little kids, with the flashlights? It was a crazy little game. What the fuck, with the monsters and the flashlights. What the fuck was that? This uncle, that uncle, whoever. But he won't admit to it because, you can't, is that true? Is it true that my older sister went to her grandfather's house and not only did her grandfather rape her, but maybe 3 others? Is that true? How does my sister know who raped her at 4 years old? She only told me that once. I don't have a sister. I don't have a brother. I don't have... God knows, pretend a lot narcissist was never, ever my friend. He was he is Satan to me. Yeah. I raped Alex. What am I going to repent of it? I'm the most grateful, awful person on the face of the planet who just doesn't do anything but make up stories and put people down. And that's all him against me. Because that's all. I was a victim my whole life. So he took advantage of that. And he decided to do whatever he could to destroy me for 4 months when my husband was in jail from 2019 to 2020. Just constant. You can't clean a dish. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I mean, that's just total insanity. And like, well, where else am I supposed to go? I had no other place to go. But in the streets is better than putting up with that. Like, at Ben's Park, when Ben's Park was open, I could, like, stand there and where people slept. Maybe a homeless girl would have let me sleep underneath her sleeping bags. Crying. Probably not, but, then maybe a church would have went by with some sleeping bags. And I wouldn't have been attacked or raped. I wouldn't have been attacked if I was stayed in that Ben's Park. That year, my husband was in jail. Because people were. It's so much better than, being around total insanity. Oh my God, and I did not change one bit from a whole year ago, because my circumstances didn't change until recently, but, I can't help it that people take advantage of other people, and people, they take advantage of the person who is a victim, like, all the time. They have, other people have it all, they don't have it all together. They don't love themselves, but they're financially taken care of, majorly. And it's like everyone I know in my life, especially pretend a lot of narcissists, because he knows where he gets his thousands from. I don't care, because he's never helped me out. He gave me a crumb in order to have total control over my life, because I was supposed to do exercises with them, and we were supposed to do studies on what? Bible studies with him? Yeah, he wanted me there 24/7, and sleep here. He wanted me around him, for half the day. And he even wanted, he's that delusional. He wanted me to go to his job, and I will say it, because it's fucking, he wanted to train me at his job. He's so insanely obsessed over me. He wanted me to train me at the job so that I would be with him 24 hours a day. I can't stand that. I'm my own person. Give me space. Give me a place to breathe. Now, pretend I'm not narcissist, and my dead husband, when my dead husband was alive, they are so dead inside. They see a person that has life, and they suck all of the life out of them by suffocating them to death. They have to know where they're at every second of the day, what they're doing, what I need to know everything about you. I need to, put you down in every way that I can, that I want to. And my dead husband and pretend I'm not narcissists are totally insane. That's the only, actually, two people that needed to know where I was 24 hours a day. And it only was 4 months with pretend I'm not narcissist, but I went insane. I mean, I literally went insane. I did have a mental breakdown at my friend's house, and he doesn't even remember it. But I told him enough times that he finally remembered it. I mean, he didn't remember it at all, but he just takes on what I say. Yeah, just to try to keep up with his death relationship with me. So, whatever. I've always survived. I'm still surviving. I would have liked it comfortable, but my opinion about Earth is completely different than anyone else's. I actually do believe that Earth is hell. That maybe, out of the little bit that I learned, that possibly we have no idea how the Earth began, but maybe out of all the different aliens, there was one good alien, and maybe just one of them out of all the bad species of that alien. And he just was like, I want a friend. I want a friend like me. Somebody who's not going to backstab me and be loyal to me and honest. So, late George Carlin did a great 10 Commandments I saw recently with my son. And that is, you can cut all the 10 Commandments out by just mentioning 2 things that you should be. And that is to be honest. Pretend a lot narcissist never was honest. Honest and faithful. Faithful. Don't. So he's just like, well, there's 2 commandments there. Do not covet thy neighbor's wife. Do not covet. 2 things about adultery. Hey, just cut them down to 1. Be faithful. Be honest. Be faithful. And that's it. But then the God thing is so insane because Satan is a god. He's supernatural. But then the good God, not sure, who happened to die on a cross, and his blood is very powerful in the spiritual realm. It conquers the wickedness in heavenly realms. That the only thing that's significant in the Bible is God saying it is finished. Meaning Satan God is finished. Meaning all of the demons of, Dolores Cannon. She's an empty vessel full of demons. Yes, we should all experience being a rock. Fire, water, we all have to experience all these things. I did so many past lives. And why does your past life matter? You're like, it actually does make you a little bit who you are now, but like if you had gone through like severe abuse like me, alright, and I don't remember a past life, but I remember some of my severe abuse in this life that I didn't want to, that shaped and molded me to feel like, I used to feel like the most worthless person on the planet. And, pretend a lot narcissist has to admit that he made me feel the most worthless, horrible person on the planet. That he made me want to die in 2019 and 2020. He made me want to die, making me feel the most worthless. Nothing. I can't do anything right. I mean, I have a mental breakdown at my girlfriend's house saying, I can't do anything right. I can't do anything right. I'm awful. I'm so ungrateful. There's no reason for me to be alive. That's how he made me feel. Suffocating me for 4 months because he knew that's what my husband did, so he did the exact same thing. Attacking me. They're very, very smart. Demon-possessed people are super smart. and they know how to condition people, and they know, oh, well, you know, if I sit in front of the door, like he knew when I wanted to leave, and he deliberately sits in front of the door to clean his shit in his apartment, and so I can't, and he's like, you just have to wait. I mean, yeah, he just loved treat me like shit. And he can't, who cares? That's what happened. Why would I go through that again? Fucking 100 wasted videos on that shit. I'm never gonna watch them. Like, this shit, what the hell happened in 2019, 2020 can be, like, shortly said in, like, a half-hour video, and that's it. Whatever. But all of them together prove that Earth is hell. Because, like, he always had more resources than me. Always. Always. So he had the upper hand on my life and always pretended that he could help me out. So that's, was a big part of my hell. I mean, him attacking me all the time, but my only source of help. I don't understand why there's no help from churches and and I can't walk anymore. A woman, she's older, got abandoned here from something went wrong.